Dear students, welcome. Today we will discuss about an important topic, which is causes and effects of nuclear pollution. Before moving to the causes and effects of nuclear pollution, let me define nuclear pollution. Any undesirable effect caused to the environment due to radioactive substances or radiations is called as nuclear pollution. Pollution from radiation is a serious environmental concern arising from pollutants released in the environment through human activities. Nuclear pollution occurs when radioactive element comes into contact with other elements in the environment and emits short-wave electromagnetic rays, which are serious threat to living organisms. Some elements in this world are naturally radioactive, while some others are made to be. The radioactive substances present in nature undergo natural radioactive decay, in which unstable isotopes with excess protons and neutrons spontaneously give out fast-moving particles, high-energy radiations, or both, at a fixed rate until a new stable isotope is formed. Unstable radioactive nuclei are called radionuclides. They occur naturally or can be produced by various physical means. The time that it takes for halfway of decaying process is called half-life, and this differs for each radioactive element. For example, it possibly takes up to 4.5 billion years for uranium-238 and as short as 8 days for iodine-131. The high-energy radiation emitted from radioisotopes remove electrons from atoms and attach them to other atoms, consequently producing positive and negative ion pairs. Such high-energy radiations are known as ionizing radiations. Radionuclides release energy either in the form of alpha particles, beta particles, and gamma rays. These ionization radiations have variable penetration power and ionization. Alpha particles are fast-moving positively charged particles. Alpha radiation is highly ionizing but lacks penetration power and can be blocked by a piece of paper and human skin. Beta particles are high-speed negatively charged electrons. Beta radiation is somewhat less ionizing but somewhat more penetrating. These particles can penetrate through skin while can be blocked by some pieces of glass and metal. Gamma rays are a high-energy form of radiation with no mass and no charge. Gamma rays are less ionizing but have extremely high penetrating powers. These rays can penetrate easily through human skin and damage cells on its way and can only be blocked by a very thick, strong, massive piece of concrete. Another type of radioactive emission is neutron rays. Neutrons are large and uncharged particles that are emitted from radionuclides. The neutron particles are highly penetrating because they have no electric charge. They are neither deflected nor slowed by passage near charged particles. They move in a straight path until they collide with nuclei of other atoms. They can induce radioactivity in non-radioactive substances. Neutrons are produced in atomic bombs and nuclear reactors. Major radiation hazards are a result of exposure to gamma rays or neutron rays. There are two important areas of radiation ecology. Number one, effects of radiation on the organisms in the biosphere, and number second, the fate of radioactive substances released into the environment. The ratio of radionuclide in the organism to that of environment is called concentration factor. Radioactive substances, when released into the environment, are either dispersed or diluted, but they may also become concentrated in the living organisms and during food chain transfers called as biomagnification. Now let us discuss the causes of nuclear pollution. Nuclear waste and radiation pollution involve any process that emanates radiation in the environment from a number of sources. The most common ones include: Number 1. Mining and refining of uranium. Mining of radioactive ores, for example, uranium and phosphate ores, involves the crushing and processing of the radioactive ores, which generates radioactive byproducts. After mining, the ore undergoes a milling process, where it is crushed and treated with a solvent to concentrate the uranium and produces yellow cake, which is a material containing 70 to 90% of uranium oxide. Naturally occurring uranium contains only 0.7% of fissionable uranium-235, which is not high enough for most types of reactors. The enrichment process therefore increases the uranium-235 content from 0.7 to 3%. A process known as fuel fabrication then converts the enriched material into a powder, which is then compacted into pellets. The fabrication of the elements produces three kinds of radioactive pollutants, that is solid, liquid, and gaseous wastes. These pellets are then sealed in metal fuel rods, which are about 4 meters in length. They are loaded into the reactor. These rods are a major source of radioactive waste material produced by a nuclear reactor. At each step in the cycle, there is a danger of exposure to harmful radiation and poses several attendant health and environmental concerns. Number second, operations conducted by the nuclear power stations. The nuclear fuel used in nuclear reactors contains uranium-235. Nuclear fuel does not burn like fossil fuels, but the reaction that drives the release of nuclear energy in power plants is nuclear fission, when an atomic nucleus is split apart. Atoms don't split spontaneously. Inside a nuclear reactor, uranium-235 atoms undergo fission reaction when they are struck by neutrons, and once they split, uranium atoms give off enormous amount of energy. Now, what are fission byproducts? When a uranium-235 nucleus splits, it produces two smaller nuclei called daughter nuclei or fission fragments. Over 400 different fragments can form during uranium fission. Many of them are radioactive. Once uranium-235 nuclei split, they also release neutrons, which strike other nuclei in the fuel rods, creating a chain reaction. The heat generated by fission is so intense that if the chain reaction is not carefully controlled and temperature rise not checked, would soon melt the contents of the core and walls of the nuclear reactor with massive leakage of uranium and its many radioactive products, and thus send tons of molten slag through the floor of containment building. This is known as meltdown. A full meltdown would be an environmental hazard, releasing high levels of radioactivity in the air, soil, and both surface as well as groundwater. The radioactive emissions to the air vary with the type of nuclear reactor. They include nuclear fission products and neutron-generated nuclides. Another operation of nuclear power plant involves reprocessing of the spent fuel, which includes chemical treatment to separate the reusable components of the uranium-235, uranium-238, and plutonium-239 from the waste fission products. In this process, gaseous waste fission products such as tritium-3, krypton-85, and iodine-131, and large quantities of liquid waste containing half-life nuclides and some high-activity solid wastes are also produced. Number third, nuclear explosions and detonation of nuclear weapons. Of all the activities concerning nuclear weapons, testing has been the most destructive of the human health and the environment. Nuclear explosion is responsible for nuclear pollution, which is carried out for performing nuclear tests and for making nuclear weapons. Due to this explosion, about 15 to 20% of the radioactive particles enter into the stratosphere. Nuclear explosions are a very rapid, and based on a rough estimate, in an explosion, about 50% of the energy goes to the blast, 33% as heat, and rest 17% or so as radioactivity. The nuclear explosion matter is vaporized to hot gas with very high pressure, that is several billion atmosphere, by heating at a very high temperature, that is 10 raised to power 8 degrees centigrade. An intense shower of many kinds of radiation released into the environment falls back to the earth in the immediate vicinity of the blast within hours. The radioactive dust that falls to the earth after atomic explosion is called as radioactive fallout. Strontium-90, cesium-137 being the most dangerous materials in radioactive fallout from nuclear tests contaminate the environment for many years. Number fourth, defense weapon production. Production of nuclear weapons involves the generation of large quantities of waste material and contamination of surrounding areas. This process generates large quantities of waste that oftentimes ends up in oceans, rivers, and soils. Nuclear weapons produce nuclear waste called as transuranic waste. Most of this waste originates from cleanup and containment of the radioactive products that are dangerous for thousands of years, and this presents the biggest challenge. But there are also risks in dismantlement of nuclear weapons, including hazards to workers and environmental risks associated with non-nuclear aspects, such as missile destruction. These procedures release clouds of toxic hydrochloric acid when the missile's solid fuel combines with moisture. Now, number fifth, decommissioning of nuclear weapons. The decommissioning of nuclear weapons causes slightly more radioactive pollution than in the production. However, the waste, that is alpha particles, is still of low risk and not dangerous unless ingested. Number six, nuclear waste handling and disposal. Transportation of nuclear waste from one place to another by modes of transportation, that is air, land, water, and sea, possibly brings serious hazards to the environment, and if they are not maintained carefully. The radioactivity may thus contaminate and propagate through air, water, and soil as well. The main problem with radiation waste is that it cannot be degraded or treated chemically or biologically. The decaying process of radioactive waste takes a very long time in progress because some radioactive wastes have a half-life of more than 10,000 years and are dangerous in great amount of time. The low-level wastes from power plants and other facilities, including hospitals and laboratories, are hazardous for about 300 years, and high-level wastes can be dangerous for tens of thousands of years. Number 7. Medical waste. A number of radioactive isotopes are used in medicine, either for treatment or diagnostics. Radioactive material waste tends to contain beta particle and gamma ray emitters. In diagnostic nuclear medicine, a number of short-lived gamma emitters, such as technetium-99, are used. These can be left over a short period, after which they are able to be disposed of as normal waste. But X-rays are the greatest man-made radiations. X-rays penetrate the human body as gamma rays do. X-ray exposure causes cumulative effects on the human being. Now, what are the effects of nuclear pollution? Nuclear pollution affects human health as well as environment. Now, effect on human health. Studies have shown that the health effects due to radiation are dependent on the level of dose, kind of radiation, duration of exposure, and types of cells irradiated. Now, what are the biological effects of ionizing radiation? Ionizing radiations bring about the most dangerous effects than any other toxicant. As already discussed, most serious disorders are caused by the radiations escaped from nuclear power plants and nuclear explosions. Their effects may continue in subsequent generations. The principal effect of exposure of whole body to penetrating ionizing radiation is the shortening of life of the exposed organism. Radiation effects can be somatic or genetic. Now, what are somatic effects? These are the direct results of the action of radiation on the function of body cells, tissues, and organs. It causes damage to cell membranes, mitochondria, and cell nuclei, resulting in abnormal cell functions, cell division, growth, and death. Radiologists, uranium mine workers, and painters of radium dials suffer most. The somatic effects may be immediate or delayed. High radiation exposures have much toxicity and can kill animal quickly. A dose of about 400 to 500 Roentgen on whole body is fatal in about 50% cases of man, and 600 to 700 in practically every case. The victim declines in vitality and dies from anemia, infection, and hemorrhage. Parts of body differ in sensitivity. The most sensitive tissue from acute doses are intestines, lymph nodes, spleen, and bone marrow. The radiation destroys the body's immune response. The effects of low penetrating radiation are less severe than the penetrating ones. In delayed effects, the patient may survive for months or years. Delayed effects of radiation include eye cataracts, leukemia, malignant tumors, cardiovascular disorders, premature aging, and reduced lifespan. Diagnostic X-ray exposure of pregnant women may increase the risk of cancer in child. More evidence of degree and kind of damage from radiation comes from the studies of Nagasaki and Hiroshima survivors. Now, what are genetic effects? Both background natural and man-made radiation bring about the genetic effects, but the most genetic effects are brought about by man-made radiations. People in industry, research, and medicine using radionuclides are exposed more than others. The greatest damage is in dividing cells, chiefly the gonads. The effects include mutation, which is changes in genetic makeup of cell, where these effects are mainly due to damages to DNA molecules, lethal effects on egg or embryo. People suffer from blood cancer and bone cancer if exposed to doses around 100 to 1000 Roentgens. Instantaneous deaths can occur on exposure in the event if disasters are many. The intensity of radiation affects the rate of mutation. Generally, higher animals are more susceptible to genetic damage than lower animals as insects. Genetic effects also occur in plants. Now, the effects on environment. The environmental impact of nuclear power results from nuclear fuel cycle, operation, and the effects of accidents. The possibility of overheated fuel releasing massive quantities of fission products to the environment can cause catastrophic risks to the environment. Now, water contamination. According to World Health Organization, nuclear accidents may produce fallout, which can pollute water supplies for years after the incident. The 1986 explosion of a nuclear generator in Chernobyl, Ukraine, created a large radioactive cloud which polluted existing water supplies and produced contaminated rain in the nearby countries. Increase in water temperature. Nuclear power plants release heat into water like thermal power stations, and it is obvious that the temperature of water in the area of nuclear power station is higher than without it, which disturbs the balance of water evaporation. Also, the amount of salt in the water increases. Such changes lead to extinction of some species of animals. Contaminated soil and plants. Nuclear radiations can contaminate soil, which then leads to plants and poses a health threat to individuals. Researchers explored the Marshall Islands, an area widely known for nuclear bomb testing by the US military in 1950s and 1960s. They found that the current soil samples and local foods, including coconut, meat, contained radiation levels significant enough to pose a health risk to individuals. Hence, it can be concluded that despite the advantage of nuclear as a clean energy, the big concern is the waste that has resulted from nuclear reaction, and if this waste accumulates, it poses a potential hazard to human health as well as the environment. With the increasing use of nuclear energy in industry, sciences and the technology, radiation biology will continue to grow, but the radiation and releases from the nuclear plants and other sources are to be controlled so that risk to the public is minimal. That is all we have for you in today's session. Thank you for watching.